بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعزائي طلبة وطالبات الصف الحادي عشر، أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في حلقة متجددة من درس على الهواء. درس اليوم مخصص لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية مهارات، ونبدأ الدرس على بركة الله. Dear students, today we are going to start our first lesson in the second semester, and we are going to read, as it is clear here, two texts. One is about historical size and the second one is about gold, and we're going to read for guess and detail, and then we'll talk about an adjective or adjective order, size and shape. As you see here, now I want you to get your book, your student's book, page 61, and I want you to look at the vocabulary box, which is talking about materials. Looks like this, but without photos. I want you to open this page, and we are going to study these words because I feel that they are very important for you to understand the meaning of these words. So let's start with the first one, animals. And I believe that animals is one of the common words that you know the meaning of because you've come across these or this word frequently. Call, as you notice here, that we have this one. This one is call, the thing that we use in order to make fire. Now, you can see that we have underlined words. For example, this one, this one, this one, and this one. These are underlined with red or pink line. The first one is enormous. The second one is huge. The third one is immense. And the last one here is massive. All these words mean very big. You can see this photo, for example, this one here. You can notice that we have two people here, and they look very small compared to the tree that they are standing next to. So we can say that this tree is very enormous, is huge tree. Okay, so this is the meaning of these four words. Now let's move to fabric. Fabric is a material, this one, we use in order to make clothes, curtains, and so on. We have also fish, and this is a very simple word. We have also glass, and you can see the glass here. We have the word land. We have also leather. You can see here we have, this is called a leather. And from a leather we can make many things. We can, for example, have a wallet. We can have also shoes, belts, and so on. Also we have the word little. Little means very less, small amount of something. And we have metal. This is a metal. This can be found in buildings and many other places. Also we have the word microscopic. Microscopic is something very, very small, and it's impossible to see unless you use a microscope. This is a microscope, and because of using this device you can see this very small creatures like bacteria, viruses, and so on. Also we have the word oil. This is a very frequent word that I believe that you know. We have also the word oval, and oval is a shape, and this is the shape we mean here. It looks like an egg, the shape of an egg. Also we have paper. Now you have your books, and the books are made of papers. Also, we have the word plastic. This is a plastic, a bottle or a bag. Also, we have another shape called rectangular. This is rectangular. This shape is a rectangular shape. Also, we have round shape. This is round, round. Also, we have square, square. This is a square shape. This word is called tiny. Tiny means very small. You can look at this insect. It is very tiny. Also, we have the word trees. This is a tree. This is also very common word. Also, we have another shape called triangular. Triangular. This shape is a triangular. Also, we have water. And finally, we have the word wood. And this is the shape of, or the picture of, wood. I wish that you get the meaning of all these words found in the box here, and because we are going to use them now when we deal with question number 2. Now open page 61, the same book. Let's read the question here. What are these things made of? Use words from the vocabulary box. This is the same vocabulary box that we discussed. Okay, so we have the word books, bottles, cars, clothes, computers, school desks, shoes, skyscrapers, and toothbrushes. And these photos represent the words in the box here. So, what are they made of? We are going to use some vocabulary from this box, like, for example, maybe fabric, maybe glass, maybe leather, maybe metal, plastic or paper, and so on. So, look at this photo, the book's photo. What are they made of? We can say that, for example, books are made of paper and what? And leather. Good. Now let's move to the second one, bottles. Bottles are made of glass and can be made of plastic. What about car? This is a car. From the photo of the car, we can see easily that cars are made of glass, also metal, and also plastic. Okay, what about clothes? Clothes are made of what? Fabric, leather, yes, very good. What about computers? Computers are made of what? Metal and plastic. What about school desks? They are made of what? Metal, plastic, and wood. Very good. What about shoes here? Shoes can be made of fabric, can be made of leather, and sometimes made of plastic. What about skyscrapers? This is a skyscraper. They are made of glass, metal. What about toothbrushes? They are made of what? They are made of plastic. Okay? So we have answered this question, and let's move to the second one. And I want you to remember the meaning of all these words, because they are going to be very beneficial for you in your journey through this unit. Okay, before we read the first text that we have today, I want you to look at these 7 photos. They are historical sites and they are from different countries around the world, and I want you to look at the picture and try to remember, have you ever been there? Did you see some of these sites or one of these sites, for example, on TV? Have you heard about it? Can you figure out the name of the site, the name of the building? Can you figure out the location of it, which country? Okay, so this is enough now. Let's go on and read the text. I will play the track and I want you to read and listen at the same time, and then we are going to have some questions related to this task. So let's start playing this one.
Unit 5.2. Win a wonderful holiday. Win our competition and you can visit one of these
I hope that the
remarkable
voice
places.
is clear
Just
for you.
write and tell us which continent each place is on.
The Taj Mahal,
Yes.
Agra, India. Many people imagine that the Taj Mahal was built as a palace. In fact, it is a beautiful tomb designed by an Indian ruler, Shah Jahan, to commemorate his wife.
we will
It took more than 20 years
repeat
to
this one
build.
again.
The immense
Unit 5.2. Win a wonderful holiday. Win our competition and you can visit one of these remarkable places.
Okay.
Just write and tell us which continent each place is on.
The Taj Mahal, Agra, India. Many people imagine that the Taj Mahal was built as a palace. In fact, it is a beautiful tomb designed by an Indian ruler, Shah Jahan, to commemorate his wife. It took more than 20 years to build. The immense white marble blocks were pulled into position by 1,000 elephants.
The Great Wall of China. The wall was constructed to keep out China's enemies. Sections of the ancient brick structure have been damaged by the weather and earthquakes, but it's still the largest human-made structure in the world.
Petra, Jordan. The magnificent pink-coloured rock city of Petra was carved out of a limestone mountain. 2,000 years ago, it was a wealthy, busy market city at the crossroads of important trade routes. These days, it is visited by so many tourists that parts of it are being eroded.
The Colosseum, Rome, Italy. The spectacular Colosseum has featured in films, music videos, and fashion shows. It was even recreated digitally in the film Gladiator. That seems appropriate. It was being used for entertainment in the year 100 CE too.
Chichen Itza, Mexico. This enormous stone city was abandoned 1,000 years ago. Maya treasure has been found there, and many of the ruins are being restored today.
Machu Picchu, Peru. It takes 4 days to hike up to the mysterious city of Machu Picchu, 2,350 meters above sea level. Why did the Incas choose such a remote place? How were the massive granite stones moved? There are many questions that haven't been answered yet.
The Alhambra Palace, Granada, Spain. This amazing red stone palace was built in the 14th century by the Arab rulers of Al-Andalus, now called Andalusia. It stands on a hill above the city of Granada and is a major tourist attraction. The palace is Spain's most important example of Islamic architecture.
Okay, dear students, we have finished listening to the text and reading at the same time. The text was about wonderful and historical places like the Taj Mahal in India, the Great Wall of China, the Petra in Jordan, the Colosseum in Rome, Italy, Chichen Itza, Mexico, Machu Picchu in Peru, and Alhambra Palace in Granada, Spain. Okay, so let's go back to the pictures and try to figure out these, the name of these sites. Here we have Taj Mahal. This is the Great Wall in China, and this is the Colosseum. Here we have Petra. This one is Petra, and this one is Chichen Itza in Mexico. And we have also Machu Picchu in Peru, and the last one here we have Alhambra Palace. Okay, now let's move to the question related to the text. Here we have the question number 3, and you can see the question page 62. Question number 3. Read the text again. Copy and complete the table for the other wonderful places. Some information isn't in the text. Notice this sentence very carefully. Okay, we need to get some information from the text about this historical site. The first information that we need is the name of the historical site. The second one is the location, and then the material used in order to build these buildings, and finally the reason why they were built. Okay, so we are having here an example. The first one is Taj Mahal. This is the name of the site or the building, and it is located in India, as it is clear here, and it was made of marble, and the reason to commemorate a ruler wife. Okay, now we need to find the other information about the rest sites that we have, the Great Wall of China, Petra, and so on. Now read it again and let's have the answer of each one individually. We have finished Taj Mahal, or the Taj Mahal in the example, and now let's move to the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall is the name of the site, the Great Wall of China, and it is located in China, as it is clear from the name. Why was it built? As it is clear in the first line here, to keep out China's enemies, okay, for defense. They are made of what? Brick. Okay, this is the answer of the material name. What about Petra? And the name is Petra. It is found in Jordan. The material used to build such a site is pink colored rock, and it was a market for the city. It was a market for the city, and this is the reason why was it built. The Colosseum in Rome, Italy. So here we have the name, and here we have the location. It was built for an entertainment, and maybe it was very clear, as it is mentioned in the text here, that the Gladiator film was or took place in this recreated place. And next we have Chichen Itza in Mexico. This is the name of the place and this is the name of the country. It was built by stone, okay, and since it was city, of course the answer of the last question, which is the reason, is not clear in the text, but we can infer that it was built, this city was built to live in. Machu Picchu in Peru. Machu Picchu is the name of the place and Peru is the name of the country. It was built or made of granite stones, and actually there was no accurate answer for the question, why did the Incas choose such a remote place to build the city there. So still there are such questions that haven't been answered yet. So we don't have an answer for this question, the reason. And Alhambra Palace, Granada, Spain, it was built by stone and it was a palace for the Arab rulers of Al-Andalus. Okay, so these are the answers of the question that we have here. I want you to draw a table like this and write the answers from the text as it is shown here for you. Now let's move to the fourth question that we have here in the same page, page 62. Working with words, adjective order. Look at the examples. Find 6 similar adjective groups in the text. Here we have an example. Immense, white, marble, blocks. These red words are all adjectives. They are what? They are adjectives. And here we have what? We have a noun. So it's clear that a noun can have 1 adjective or 2 adjectives or 3 adjectives or 4 adjectives and so on. For example, we can say that this is a beautiful house. We can say also this is a beautiful big house. So instead of mentioning 1 adjective for the noun, we have a group of adjectives as it is clear here in this example. Also we have another one. Ancient brick structure. The structure here is the noun and this one is an adjective. Also this one is an adjective. Okay? The question asks us to look at the example, so we have looked at it, and find 6 similar adjectives or adjective groups in the text. So we need to go back to the text and find out these 6 adjective groups. Okay, so let's move on and try to find these group adjectives in the text. Okay, here we have the first one in the text of the Taj Mahal. We have this one, the immense white marble blocks, and this was an example given to you. And also in the Great Wall of China text we have ancient brick structure, and this is also was as an example. Now let's find the other 6 group of adjectives. This is the first one, number 1, largest human-made structure. Largest human-made structure. Also we have the magnificent pink-colored rock city. The noun here is the city, and we have rock, pink-colored, magnificent. These are adjectives. Also, we have wealthy, busy, market, city. So we have wealthy, we have busy, market, city. Here we have a group of what? Of adjectives. Also, we have enormous, enormous stone, city. And as we mentioned before, that enormous means what? Very, very big. Stone, city. Here we have massive, granite, stones. Massive also means very big. And finally, in the last text, we have amazing red stone palace. Where is the noun here? The noun is the last word here. This is the noun, palace. We have amazing as an adjective, we have red as an adjective, and we have also stone as an adjective. So these are the group of adjectives that we have in the text, and we have answered this question also. I wish that you got the point of it. Now, let's move to the next question here. But this question is found in page 63. So please go to page 63, and we have question number 8. Put the adjectives into two groups, size and shape. So here we have size, this is number 1, and this is the second group, which is shape. Divide the first group into big and small. So this is the first one. We have big and we have small. Okay. The first one, enormous. In which category can we put the word or the adjective enormous, especially if we know that the meaning of this word means what? Very big. So it belongs to the category of size, and it is what? Big. So write enormous here. What about the second one? Huge. Huge also is a size, it's not a shape, and it comes under the headline of what? Of big, huge. Immense. Immense also means very big, and we can add it to this group. Immense. What about little? Little is small amount of something, so it belongs to this category or this group. What about the word massive? Massive means big, so also this one is here. So write massive here. Now what about microscopic? And you can remember the meaning of this word by imagining the microscope, the photo that I showed you the beginning of the lesson. Microscopic is very small, as I mentioned, and it's very impossible to see using your eyes. So you need a microscope in order to see the creatures or to see the things which is described as microscopic. So this is a size and it comes under small. What about oval? You remember this one? Oval, this is the shape of oval. Looks like an egg, as I mentioned before. So this comes under the headline of what? Or the heading of shape. We have rectangular. Rectangular also is a shape. What about round? Round also is a shape. What about square? Square also is a shape. What about this word? Tiny. Do you remember the meaning of tiny? Yes, of course. It's very, very small. So it comes here. Now, what about the last one here? Triangular. This one is triangular. So it is a shape. We keep mentioning these words again and again to make sure that you understand the meaning. And that's why I said at the very beginning of the lesson that these are very important words to know the meaning of. Okay, this is the answer of such a question. Now, let's move on, and in the same page also, we have 63. We have question number 9. Choose the correct option. Choose the correct option. Inca roads were made of, we have two options. The first option is what? Is microscopic, and the second one is what? Rectangular stones. So what is, if we are talking about a stone here, the stone is a noun. And here we have using what? We have using an adjective. Can we say, for example, microscopic stones? So the stones that you cannot, impossible to see unless you use microscope. And this picture can make it clear for you to figure out the answer. So the answer, of course, is what? Is rectangular stones, because here we are describing the shape of what? Of the stones, okay, that were made of, or that were used in order to make the Inca roads. So the answer is what? Rectangular. Number 2. Bacteria are immense or tiny organisms. This is a photo of bacteria, and I think that you know this term because it's not a new one, because you have studied in science. So bacteria are what? Are immense, very huge, or tiny organisms. Of course, bacteria are what? Tiny organisms. Question number 3. The Colosseum is huge, oval in shape. This is the photo of Colosseum. Now I want you to look at the shape of Colosseum. Can we describe it? Because it is said in shape, not in size. If they say in size, so we can use huge here as a correct answer. But since it asks us to describe it in shape, so we can notice very clearly here that the shape is what? Is an oval shape. So the answer is what? Oval. Next, we have pyramids. Pyramids usually have we have first option square, and the second one is round base. What is the base? This is the shape of pyramids, and of course the Egyptian pyramids. Now the question is asking about the base, the foundation here, this one. So it looks like what? This one. It looks like what? Round or square? It's very clear that it is what? It is a square. So the answer is square. Data chips. This is data chips that we use in a mobile phone or in computers and so on. Data chips contain triangular or massive amounts of information. Can we describe the information or the shape of information? Can we say that this information is square or triangular? No, we cannot. Here we are describing the amount of the information, and we are using the adjective massive. It means lots of information or big amount of information. So let's move on. Here we have the answer of the question. And also here, before we go on and start reading the second text, as I mentioned, we need to answer this question in order to make it clear for you and to know or to guess the title of the reading text that we are going to hear and that we are going to read. So open your book, page 64, and I want you to look at question number 1. Work in pairs. What connects these things? Explain your answer. So what is the relationship between these 4 things? What is the common in between? We have a wedding ring. This is the photo of a wedding ring. We have Olympic first place medal. This is the medal. We have the Oscar statuette. This is the Oscar statuette. And also we have 50-year anniversaries. 50-year anniversaries. Okay, what is common between them? Maybe if you read them, it's difficult to figure out the connections or the connections between them. But since you can see them clearly on the screen now, I think the answer is very simple here. If you notice the wedding ring here, and the medal here, the statuette here, you can notice that they are made of what? They are made of what? Of gold. They are made of what? Gold. So here, gold, this is the color of gold, and also wedding ring is made of gold. What about 50-year anniversaries? After 50 years of something, they call it 50-year anniversaries. They call it the golden age or the golden year. The golden year. So this is the relationship between these 4 words. So we can guess here that we are going to read a text about what? About gold. And I feel and I think that you are going to have an interesting information about gold, and maybe it's your first time to read such information. So I want you to read carefully and try to understand the text very well, because also we have certain or several questions that will follow. But before we study, let's remind you of the 2 strategies that we use when we read. We have said many times that we use a scanning strategy, we use skimming strategy in order to answer questions. Now here, a study and exam skills, which is scanning and skimming, this some information, it might help you to train yourself using these 2 strategies. So number 1, you can improve your reading skills if you read with a purpose. For example, look through a text quickly to find specific information. Example, the answers to questions, times, dates, specific words. This is called scanning. So reading quickly in order to find specific information is called what? It's called scanning. The second strategy is called what? Skimming. So what is a skimming? Looking at a text to decide what it is about, if it interests you or if it is useful. Sometimes we use this kind of strategy when we read magazines or newspapers because we cannot read all articles found in the newspapers and we don't have the time to do so. So just we go quickly through the text, and then from this quick reading, we can figure out the main topic of this text, and then we can decide if we can continue reading it to the end of, or to skip it and move on to another article which can interest us more. The second one is developing your skimming, and scanning will help you use your time well in exams, because also in exams you will have reading questions. If you train yourself now and you read more and more and you use this strategy, sometimes scanning, sometimes skimming, and you improve your reading speed also, in the same time, not only reading quickly, but reading quickly and understanding very well at the same time. This will help you a lot to finish the reading questions quickly and appropriately, so that you can have some times for the next questions. So before we read the text, we have these three questions. Number one, how much gold is there in the world? So here we are asking about the amount of gold found in the whole world. And also the second question, what's a nugget? What is a nugget? This is a word you will find in the text, and it is mentioned, or the meaning is mentioned in the text. So try to figure out what is the meaning of this word, nugget. 3. Apart from jewelry, what other things is gold used for? So gold is used mostly for jewelry, but also there are other usages or uses for gold. We will know after we read the text. Now let's move to page 65 and listen and read in the same time to this text. Okay, so let's start.
Unit 5.3. Gold. Gold is special in every culture in the world. But why has this shiny yellow metal always been valued as a fabulous treasure? Firstly, it's soft and dense, so it's easy to shape. It can be made into fine threads, flat sheets, or intricate shapes. A great variety of both decorative and functional things can be created from gold. Secondly, it never loses its shine. This means that beautiful gold objects from centuries ago will always be treasured. And thirdly, it's extremely rare. All the gold that has ever been mined would only fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Gold has been discovered in different times and places in our history. Each time, the people who owned it became rich and powerful. For example, the Incas and the Aztecs in the Americas, or the Egyptian and Mali empires in Africa. Their gold was exchanged for other valuable goods, such as Arabic horses, luxurious silk, and exotic spices from places as far away as China. In the 19th century, There were gold rushes in California, South Africa, and Southeast Australia. Gold can be found in rivers or mined from the ground. Most of the time it must be separated from the rock before it can be used. But occasionally large solid pieces, called nuggets, are discovered. The biggest nugget ever found weighed 72 kilograms and measured 61 by 31 centimeters. About 60% of the world's gold is turned into jewelry, but it's also used in dentistry, communications, computer and space technology, and medicine. Doctors think a cancer treatment using gold will be developed this century.
Okay, after reading and listening to the text, let's go back to our questions. How much gold is there in the world? How much gold is there in the world? If you look carefully to the second paragraph, this is the second paragraph, and you notice the last sentence, all the gold that has ever been mined would only fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. So this is the amount of gold found in the world. It only fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The second question is about nuggets. Nuggets means large, solid pieces of gold. And the third question, the gold is also used in dentistry, in communications, in computer and space technology, and also in medicine. So this is the answer of these 3 questions. Here we have also a true and false question. This is the last question that we have. Read the text again. Based on the information in the text, do you think these sentences are true or false? Gold is very hard. Is it true or false? If we go here, we can find that it is soft. So it means that the first sentence is what? Is false. Gold is a useful metal. Is it true or false? It is true, because we said that it can be used in different areas like technology, like medicine and computer and so on. And also it is used for jewelry. 3, there is a lot of gold in the world. Actually, there is no, because the amount found only fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools, and this is not a big amount, so this is also false. Gold can be made artificially. I think this is also wrong one, because can be found in rivers or mined from the ground only. So false. Gold has been discovered in only few places. True, because these are the places mentioned here. The last one here, gold is poisonous to humans, means it can kill people, but the answer is wrong, because doctors think a cancer treatment using gold will be developed this century, and this is the answer of this question. And this is the end of our lesson, dear students. I hope that you've got a beneficial lesson, and let's meet inshallah next week. Goodbye.